Oh, and it's it. We're live. We are live. Oh, bonjour, dickheads. Salut les Français. Welcome back to the studio, and welcome back to a Patreon-only Happy Hour Live.
Happy hour? I'm not fucking happy. I'm angry. I'm always fucking angry.
Oh, yes. I'm back. I'm back home, back in the studio. Oh, it's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. I hope you're doing well. First things first, this Happy Hour Live, Patreon only, for the first time is open to everyone on Patreon. Hello, everyone on Patreon. Thanks, as always, for being here. I opened it up to everyone just because, well, there's three crews on Patreon. There's the Half Pint crew, the 1 Pint crew, and the 3 Pint crew. And normally these Happy Hour Lives once a month, where it's only me, and it's the intimacy of 25 people, is normally only open to the 1 Pint crew and the 3 Pint crew. But since the Half Pint crew are still here, still supporting me throughout the summer, even though there is no part 2 of Happy Hour Live, because there's no Happy Hour Live, I thought it would be cool to open it up to the Half Pint crew for this month of August. Hello, I hope you're all doing well, enjoying holidays or back from holidays or whatever you're doing. First things first, let's get a beer in the house. I have a beer called Beak Self-Portrait. This beer was given to me by the wonderful Russell Bowes, who is on the chat. Here he is. Hi, Paul. Did you like the beers from London? I don't know, Russell. I haven't tried them yet. 2 people gave me beers in London. Russell Bowes was one of them. Olivia Chung was the other. Hi, Olivia. I can see you in the chat. I will open one of your beers after this one. So we're going to do Russell's beer first. It's from fucking Lewes. I don't know where Lewes is in England. Lewes. The Beak Brewery, it's called. The Beak Brewery in Lewes. Where's Lewes? Let's look up where Lewes is. Lewes. C'est la Lewes. That's a good play on words. Lewes, UK, bang. Let's get it on. Oh.
Happy hour?
Wrong jingle. I'm out of practice. Here it is, Lewes. Down south. Oh, it's near Brighton. Oh, there we go. It's a beer from almost Brighton. Good work. All right, let's pop it open. And we'll see what's going on in everyone's lives. During the live, going on in people's lives during the live. See what I did there. Hoo-hoo! Oh, Jesus Christ. Cheers, everyone. Santé, Prost, à la vôtre. Yamas, salud. Saúde. Cheers. That is a delightful beer. Russell, thank you very much, my friend. It is on the south coast. It is on the south coast. Hey, Russell, thanks for coming to the Patreon meetup in London, which I guess was like the last. When was the last time I even spoke to anyone? And by anyone, I mean you lot, the Patreon people. I think. Oh, it was when I was at my mate Dimitri's house, quarantining before the show. Oh, I haven't even talked about the show yet. The show in London, my So British ou Presque stand-up show, finally, after the 6th time that it got pushed back, actually ended up happening in London. And just before that, I did a meet-up at the pub opposite the theatre. And a bunch of you showed up. I think there were like 9 or 10 of us. And unfortunately, due to current fucking COVID restrictions, we weren't able to, we couldn't sit together. We had to sit, at 2 different tables with a glass or a Perspex. Perspex? Is it Perspex? Is it Perspex? Fuck it. A plastic see-through wall between the 2 tables. So there was a bunch of you there. Jenny Richards was there, I know. Who else was there? Olivia Chung and Russell Bowes were there. So there was a whole bunch of people. Anne Austin was there. I can't even remember half the people. Ben was there. It was great. It was so much fun to see people in real life. And the shows went pretty well. The shows were all right. Specifically the second one. The second show was the show. Anne. I think Anne Austin was at both shows. Some of you were at both of the shows. Thank you for coming, because there were some tickets that were still available. Some people's friends couldn't come, so they gave the ticket. Whatever. Those of you who were at both shows, I think you'll agree, the second one was out of control. The first one was good. I wasn't happy with it. But the second one was out of control. The second one was really, really good. I think it was also the pressure that my two best mates and their girlfriends were in the audience for the first one. And I think I was conscious. Also, I noticed that the audience, the first show, I got a vibe that the audience didn't speak as good French as I thought they would. So I was like translating the whole show as I was going into English, because the show is mostly in French. It's about 75% French, 15%, is that right math? No, 25, Paul, you fucking moron. 25 French, 25 English, 75 French. The first show in London was like 90% in English. So I was translating it as I was going. And it was funny. It was interesting doing that. But yeah, I wasn't happy with the first show. But the feedback that I got was great. People loved it. My mates loved it. Everyone loved it. But I wasn't happy. And I'm glad I had the second show straight afterwards, because it went really well. The second show was unbelievable. It was people were drunk. So it's London. Come on. Even French people get fucking wasted in London. And so there was a good vibe. So yeah, it was good. Oh, Anne Austin was only at the second one. Okay. I saw you, Anne, at the front left on stage, but I thought you were there at the first one as well. Anyway, thank you for coming to the show. Oh, Callum Webb, how was the show in London? There we go. So the show was great overall, and we announced the new show, which is the final show of the tour, next January. I think it's January 28th at the Shepherd's Bush Empire. That will be my final show. And then I'm quitting. I'm quitting comedy. Oh, Jesus. I'm not really. I'm just quitting this show. Likewise, I went to the show, but I had no way to get to London, even I live in Ramsgate. I don't know what that phrase says, Callum Webb. I went to the show, but I had no way to get to London, even I live in Ramsgate. There's some words missing from your sentence, Callum, but I presume you weren't able to come to the show. Also, the weird thing was, both shows were technically sold out, so 400 per show. But I think there was the first show specifically, there was a ton of empty seats everywhere. I think just people couldn't get to the show. People didn't realize it was the date. They didn't get the email, whatever it was. A lot of people didn't show up for both shows, mostly the first one. That was probably also the reason that for my first show in London, the whole front row was empty. Not the whole front row, but a lot of the front row was empty. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, Callum says, I wish I went to the show. Okay, but there's no way. Ramsgate, fucking Ramsgate in fucking Kent. Yeah, the train, I don't know if there'd have been a train late enough. Anyway. Mika Luna, will you put So British or Presque on YouTube when you're done touring? It depends. It depends, Paul. It depends on many things. It depends on the money. It depends. I would like to, but I would also like to make some money. Considering this last 2 years have been shit. Not last two. Well, yeah, the last year and a half. I haven't been doing shows. So the idea, basically, it gets all very complicated. Show business, because the more, when people buy your show, as in like distributors like Netflix, Amazon, Canal+, BBC, ITV, whatever the company that's buying your show, they get exclusive rights to it, right? And it depends on the distributor what their things are. So if I do get it on Netflix or Amazon or any of the other streaming services, then it won't be on YouTube. Probably, because why would they be paying money for a show if it's available for free on YouTube? Now, last year, or not last year, but 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I put Franglais, when we recorded that show, the deal with Canal+, the French TV company, was that I was able to put it on YouTube after a certain period of time. So, like, it ended up being a year later. Once it was broadcast on TV, I was able to put it on YouTube, the whole show on YouTube, a year later. I was able to put the extracts, to cut it up, and put the clips of it, like, 6 months later. But in general, I'm hoping that it won't be on YouTube, because then it means that we will have sold it to a streaming service. I know that currently, I mean, we're not in talks with Amazon, but Amazon were the first, like, ages ago. Like, had I even started doing the show? Yeah, I'd started doing the show. This was in 2019, so I started doing the show in October 2019. And somebody from Amazon came and saw the show, and we were speaking with them, and they were wanting to have it as like an Amazon original stand-up show, and also to buy the rights to Franglais, my first show, as an Amazon exclusive, because it wouldn't be an original, because it's already been broadcast on another. That's the difference. If you have Amazon Prime and you're watching the stuff, sometimes it will say, or Netflix, it's the same thing. Sometimes you'll see Netflix exclusive and Netflix original. The difference is Netflix original, the originals are, it's the first time it's being broadcast on that platform. So I think something like the TV show Fleabag, which originally I think was on a UK channel, like Channel 4 or BBC 2 or whatever, and then it got bought by Amazon, and then once it was part of Amazon, it then became an Amazon original the next series. I think The Crown was the same thing. If I'm not mistaken, The Crown originally, or Black Mirror on Netflix, I originally was on Channel 4, that got bought by Netflix. Anyway, original, exclusive, same sort of thing. Right, so that's it, basically. So to answer your question, Mika Luna, I hope it isn't available on YouTube. Carlos Camejo, good to see you, my friend. If you could, and things were normal, would you have done a couple of shows in Montreal? Seems like the perfect spot. LOL. Yeah, it was in the plan. I was supposed to be in Montreal in July 2020 at the comedy festival, Juste pour Rire. I was supposed to do my show there. And then I was supposed to do the l'Olympia, à Montréal. It's not the same as the l'Olympia in Paris, but it's the Olympia in Montreal. It's about 1,000 people. I was supposed to do that as well. It just didn't. It never happened. And this show, it'll happen in the future, hopefully. For my next whatever's going on. I mean, I presume I will have a third show at some point. And I will be in Montreal because I fucking love Montreal. Yeah, the show will be back. Not this one, but a future show will be in Montreal at some point. Oh, Russell. Yeah, lots of people were having to self-isolate in July because of the COVID app. Yeah, there was this whole stupid thing in the UK where there's like an app. It's the same app that we have in France, right? There's like an app, like a COVID app in the UK where it lets you know if you've come into close contact with somebody. Basically, a bunch of people download the app, and it's all through Bluetooth. And basically, if you get a positive test, it then gets in, because it's run by the NHS, the National Health Service. And so if you get a positive test, the app knows, and then it notifies all the people that have been in contact or near you, I think for like a couple of days before, saying you need to self-isolate because you've been in contact with somebody who's just been positive. And it wasn't, you didn't have to stay at home. It was just, you were supposed to stay at home. And then it became this whole thing while I was in quarantine in the UK for a week at my mate's house. It was this whole thing of like, oh, pingdemic, because people just fucking ignore it. Just, who gives a shit? We got the same thing in France. No one's staying at home. And now it seems to have disappeared. It seems to have gone away. I think they've changed something in the algorithm of the application or whatever. Oh, when is this COVID shit going to be finished? Oh my God. It's now a year and a half later and we're still fucking talking about it. Jenny Richards, my friend for whom I bought the tickets in the first place, was too COVID anxious to go up to London for the show. So that's one MTC. Yeah, I think there would have been a lot of people in that case. Either they got told to stay at home by an app, which they subsequently deleted off their phone. By then it's too late because you've already been pinged, right? As if the government were checking who... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So people were told to self-isolate. People were anxious because they thought they might catch it in a theatre, blah, 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 whatever. People didn't get the email to say that it was, reprogrammed for another day. It fell into their spam. People, there was a whole bunch of reasons. People, apparently, I got a tweet from somebody that couldn't make it to the show because there was flooding on a railway somewhere. They were getting a train and the train line was flooded because it's fucking England and it always rains. So he missed the show, the poor bastard. Unbelievable. Joe Trevi from Italy. There's no fucking way I would do that. I presume you mean if you got pinged by the app saying that you can't... you have to stay at home. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah. What else is going on? What else is going on in the world? I don't know what's going on because everyone's on fucking holiday, so it's impossible to get any updates about anything. But a couple of things. One, I have a beer. Not this beer. I have my beer coming soon. I don't know when. I'm hoping it's before September. What day are we? The 20th of August. I have a beer. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be my beer that you can buy again. If you live in France. If you don't live in France, you're gonna have to figure out a way to fucking get a French address, buy it. Or what you can do is just put the address of this studio. If you buy my beers, and then when you come to Paris, you can come to the studio, and I'll give you my beers that you've bought off me. That doesn't make any sense, but that's coming. And what else? Oh, I tell you what. Forget the beer. I was thinking like, what's going on? The beer. I have to taste the beer. So I'm excited about that. In theory, it will be ready for my first show. I don't know when my first show is going to be, Happy Hour Live. What I do know is that this Monday, ladies and gentlemen, Patreon exclusive for 36 people watching now, this Monday, which is what date? The 23rd, Monday the 23rd, at 8 p.m, because it's a Monday, it's 8 p.m, there will be a special edition of Paul Taylor's Happy Hour Live. Should I spoil it? Should I spoil? Why should I spoil it? I guess I should, because I will, because it's going to be a public live. So here's what's happening. Rolly Asal, who you all know, my mate from Quebec, Est-Colis de Tabarnak, he is in Paris. He will be in Paris. He lands on Sunday, and he is coming. He's only in Paris for 2 days. He's in Paris on the 22nd and 23rd, and then he's flying to Georgia for like 2 weeks with his girlfriend. But he is going to be in the studio on Monday. He's going to be physically in the studio on Monday. And there are a couple of technical things that I need to work out in terms of the live before we start again in September. So, as I've mentioned before, the live is not only going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming it to Facebook and Twitch and also TikTok at the same time. So it'll be on 4 platforms at the same time. TikTok, I don't think is going to happen for next Monday because everyone's on holiday. But somebody from TikTok has been in touch with me about doing the live on TikTok, and I have to figure out some of the technical things with their technicians, because normally on TikTok, if you're going to go live, you have to do it from your phone, but there's a way that on the back end, the technicians can plug into I don't really know the technical side of things, but I need to work with them, and I want to test the live on Facebook at least. We did Facebook last year when I was doing Happy Hour Live from my house. I did do it on Facebook for a little while. and Twitch is the main one, because Twitch is for the last year, everyone's like, oh, Twitch, gotta get on Twitch. So fuck it, I'm going on Twitch, and I just want to test it before I have like before we're into the proper season of like having real guests in. So because Rolly will be a real guest in the studio, but in October. Not in the studio. We're going to be in a theatre, I think, for my birthday show. I don't know. It's not confirmed yet. But Rolly will be here Monday in the studio. We will be live, but I am not keeping the live online after the show's finished. So you either watch it on Monday at 8, or you won't be able to watch it afterwards. So it will be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch with Mr. Rolly Asal. And we'll just have some fun. There will be lots of technical issues, I imagine. I'm basically going to test out the chat, because the one concern I have about streaming on 3 or 4 platforms at the same time is that the comments go crazy. It can already be crazy when it's just YouTube, right? And there's all the comments are coming through. So I want to see how we deal with that if it's on other platforms. And I don't want to test that when there's a person in the studio that I don't know, and it's a guest or whatever. So we'll see. We shall see. So he's going to be in the show on Monday, 8 p.m. Be here or you'll miss it, basically. I might put it up for Patreon. That's what I'll do. I'll keep it. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm doing. I'll keep the Rolly show, the next Monday show, the live, exclusively for the Patreon people, all of you. So that's good. Right. That's the main thing that was going on. Raquel Rigal, where did you go on holiday? Did you have a nice time? I went to Portugal, and no, I didn't have a good time. For a bunch of reasons. That is all I'll say about my holiday. I'm happy to be back. Olivia Chung, looking forward to seeing the dynamic between you two in the same room. Olivia! It's gonna be great. I cannot wait. I haven't seen that man in it'll be 2 years. Last time I saw him was when he was in Paris to open for me at the beginning of So British ou Presque. He was at the first 5, 6, 10 shows. I can't remember how many shows in October 2019 when I was performing on a boat called Le Flot. 350 people. It was amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Anne Austin, my friend from Quebec, said she was writing a story. I've got to move that out of the way. Writing a story set in a chalet, and I hit her with Sauf une fois au chalet, and she was both astonished and delighted that I knew it. Anne Austin, Rolly Asal, bringing the love and bringing Sauf une fois au chalet to Scottish people. Fucking great. Let's plan a Paris meetup with Rolly before the live. Yes, maybe. You know what we could maybe do? Because I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been thinking about how to do the live in the studio, but with like other people here. Because I think it would just add another dynamic to Happy Hour Live, is if there's an audience. I don't necessarily mean 150 people. But even when there's a ninja on the side, you know, like whether it's the musicians that have been on the show that have had an extra person, it's been like 2 or 3 times that we've had ninjas in the back, and it adds. There's an upside and a downside. The upside is it adds a bit of atmosphere. If you can hear them laughing in the back, it kind of adds to the thing. The downside is, because there are other people, maybe the conversations become less intimate, and people are a bit more wary about sharing certain things. So we'll see. But yeah, a meet up with Rolly before the live. I'll speak to him about it, because I know that on the Monday, it's time wise, it's a bit of a rush day for me. So I don't know if we're gonna have time. Which is why I'm thinking maybe a Patreon meetup in Paris, but fucking at the studio. I don't know. We'll have to see. The brain is working. Thanks for the suggestion, Raquel Regal. When you go 4 times, where will you get the comments from? Now, this is one of the things, Jenny, that I've got to check for the. This is why I want to do a test stream, test live, before we go live. The comments, in theory, that I will see on my screen will be. I won't see your faces anymore. So Lau Blorte, that's going to be. I mean, for him, it's going to be shit because we won't be able to see. Because I think when we did this last time, when I did it last year, I'll have to check. This is one of the things I have to check. But last time, it just has an F or a Y. When I was doing Facebook and YouTube at the same time, it had an F or a Y. So I could tell where the comments were coming from. But they were coming in from both things. So in theory, if I have Twitch, there'll be a T. If it's TikTok, I don't know how that's going to work. So I have to figure it out. Fucking got to figure it out. Mika Luna, I like it when it was on Facebook, but you had trouble reading everyone's comments. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know. What I might have to do is as I've been talking about for a long time, I might have to segregate specific parts of the show to audience interaction. And some parts where it's just me and the guest and we're talking and we're not forgetting that you're there, but we're not necessarily interacting with the comments. And then we have like a section where it's like, oh, that's the other thing I've got to do. I've got to do the jingles. I've got to redo some of the jingles. Too many things to do, people. Because my wife, part of the every time she watches the live, which is not very often, the feedback that she gives me is that it's weird because at times when I'm sitting here with the guest, I'm not looking at them, I'm looking at the screen to see the comments while they're talking to me. And if they're not used to it, if they're not internet people, if they're just like regular people, if they don't know how lives work and this kind of stuff, it might seem a bit weird. So that would, I don't know, we'll see. And this is why I want to test it. And, who better to test it with than Mr. Rolly Asal? Kaldash, do you maintain your trip with Greg in October? In theory, the trip to Egypt to jump out of an aeroplane is still happening end of October, probably beginning of November. I have it in my calendar for the 31st of October until the 3rd of November. So we'll see. We have to buy the tickets. We have to sort it out. I haven't spoken to Greg in a while, so we'll have to see. Joe, I arrived in Italy on Monday evening. Nobody checked my pass or test or anything. It's crazy, isn't it? We went to Portugal. They did check it on the way out, but when we came back the other day, no, they didn't check anything. The only thing they needed to check was the QR code, the COVID passport. They didn't give a fuck. It felt like just going through. It felt like it was back. The flight was full. The only difference was people were wearing masks. But apart from that, it was the same as it was 2 years ago. No one's checking anything. It depends where you're at, I think. Fucking London was mental. They checked everything. They knocked on the door of the house that I was staying at, my mate Dimitri's, to check that if I was there. They were calling me up every day. The UK was pretty hardcore. So yeah, I imagine the further. Listen, there's a clear divide in Europe between the north and the south, right? Northern countries, Latin countries. In so many ways, there's so many things that you can categorize between the north and the south, right? Generally, in the north, the weather's shit. Generally, in the south, the weather's amazing. Generally, in the north, people are a bit cold. Generally, in the south, people are fucking open, loud, super friendly. Woo! Generally, in the north, people follow the rules and are very strict. Generally, in the south, they don't give a fuck. They break the rules. The rules are there to be broken. So it doesn't surprise me, Gio, in Italy, that no one gives a shit. Joe, I swear I was more and more mad at every step they didn't check. Yeah, so was I, especially this fact that when I went to London, I'd spent £350 on COVID tests. One. The final one I didn't even need because when I came back to Paris, they didn't check the negative test, which you're supposed to have. So that was a waste of £100, wasn't it? What else was I going to say? There was something that I thought about. Jingles. I've got to redo the jingles. Well, I've just got to redo like one of them. I don't know. Don't care. Oh, for show number 1, which I think is going to be on September 6th. Happy Hour Live number 1, I mean. I'm going to try and get Loïc Suberville on the show. If you don't know who Loïc Suberville is, he is crushing it on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, mainly TikTok, but Instagram, YouTube. He's on all the platforms, and he does a lot of language, French, English, fun videos. And I was in touch with him on Instagram because he did a joke that was very similar to mine, and we had a back and forth discussion about whether he stole the joke or not. And anyway, I was like, hey, if you want to get on the live at some point, because everyone keeps asking, when are you coming to my live show, to my Happy Hour Live? So he was like, yeah, I might be available, blah, 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 whatever. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't extended the invitation officially for the first show, but if I'm going to be live on TikTok as well, TikTok are going to be happy about that because he's huge on TikTok. I don't know how many million followers he's got. Let's check. Loïc Suberville. Where's TikTok? There it is. I spend way too much time on TikTok now. I fucking hate it, but I also love it. Loïc Suberville. I can't spell. Loïc. Yes, Tico, yes, 2.1 million followers. And when I told the TikTok lady that I had Esther Abrami, who is the violinist who was on the show, the penultimate show, she was like, yeah, wow, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. You need to get on TikTok, all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. So we shall see. Is it the guy with the funny jacket? Yes, it is the guy. I like how how he's defined. The guy with the funny jacket. Let's see. Let me mute. I don't want any of the sound coming out. Yeah, this is him here. He's got the funny jacket. And he pretends. He does like back and forth conversations between people creating the English language or the French language. I mean, just generally very funny. But he had a joke that was very similar to mine about French unemployment, and I was kind of like, dude, and he knows who I am apparently because he said, yeah, whatever. Basically, in his comment section, like everyone was like, oh, tagging me, being like, oh, he stole one of your jokes. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of rough. But I have had the same thing happen to me. They're just jokes. People come up with the same idea. It's not a massive deal. Anyway, it was an interesting discussion. So we'll see if he comes on. We shall see if he comes on or not. What was I going to say? Oh! I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm going to look at my calendar. That'll give me... Uh-oh. What's happened? What's going on? Where are the noises coming from? Oh, I need to change that. No, that was it. I don't know what was going on. Russ is be back in a minute helping a mermaid. Oh, Russell Bowles. What? What do you mean you're helping a mermaid? What are you talking about? What's going on with you guys? Are you on holiday? Where are you at? If you are you're in Italy, I guess you're back home for the holidays. Mika K, I did see that one. No holiday for me, but I do have off next week. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you have some time off from whatever you do. Normal times. Oh, Raquel Regal. I'm getting out of the jacuzzi. I'll be back in 3 minutes too. Fucking love it. How's life in Paris? We just got back. When did we get back? A week ago? No. Almost a week ago from holiday. I don't really know. I've not been out. I've just been at home because the creche is shut, so I'm stuck at home. We're stuck at home with the baby because we can't be asked going out. This is my first... This is basically, since last Friday, the first time I've left my house. That is not true. We went out for lunch. Where did we go out for lunch with Adam? Adam Crosby! My manager. Where did we go out for lunch with him? Did we go out for lunch with him? Oh God! I need to. I'm going crazy, people. I can't remember what happened 3 days ago. Anyway. So I don't know. Life in Paris, it's non-existent right now because I don't know. I drove to the studio today, so I don't even know what's going on in the center of Paris, if there's people around. August is the best time to come to Paris because there's no one here. So we all love it. People that live in Paris, we love August because everyone fucks off to the south of France, to the beaches, and leaves us alone. Laurie R is working while watching you. I like it, Laurie. Good work. Yeah, man. You're clearly not French because no one in France works in August. Jenny Richards, haven't had a holiday for I don't know how long. Had a week off work and pretty much slobbed on the sofa for 7 days. I love doing nothing. That is my favorite thing in the world, is just to do. My wife wants to do everything and I want to do fuck all. I just want to sit at home and do nothing. And my wife's like, we should go out to this park. We should go to this thing, blah, blah, blah. We are going to the zoo next week, which is like a 2-hour drive from Paris because there's some pandas in the zoo. It's called Beauval, and it's near the city of Tours. And we're going there for a couple of days because the baby loves pandas. And so we thought it would be fun for her to go and see pandas in real life. And they had two baby pandas that were born like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's the only thing that we're doing. Olivia Chung, I've taken a day off tomorrow to rediscover London. Oh, good work, Olivia. You know what you should do? You should get on one of those double-decker tourist buses. They're amazing. The London one is very cool. Speaking about Olivia, I'm not drinking quick enough. Olivia, I will open one of your beers in 3 minutes when I finish this. Robin T, will Adam be on the show again at some point? I think he will be, yeah. Whenever he wants to be on the show again, I'm going to... Oh, man, I am sweating. You know what? This is like being on stage. Those of you who came to see the show in London, or if you've ever seen me on stage, you will see the sweat dripping off of me. By the end of the show, my shirts don't look the same color. There's like a neck, you know. And so this is like I don't know why, but I'm putting in the same amount of effort physically to talk to this fucking camera than I do when I'm on stage. So I sweat a lot. Yeah, you know what? I think when's St. Patrick's Day next year? Because I think it should be. Oh, look at that! No. Well, it's a Thursday, and it's a third Thursday of the month next year, and it's normally when I do. I just feel like the St. Patrick's Day will always be a me, Sarah, and Adam Crosby. It just needs to be a thing now for the next 10 years. Can you imagine if I'm still doing this 10 years from now? That would be fucking cool. If I find people 10 years from now to still be doing Happy Hour Live in 10 years. That would be fun. So yeah, we'll get him on the show. at some point. I don't know when, but you know, he might be hanging out in the background at some point. So yeah, we shall see. Jenny Richards, Paul and Adam together is a dangerous but very amusing disaster. Yeah, this is a recurring thing with Adam. Just anytime Adam's involved, alcohol is usually involved. And if I told you guys this, I'll tell it again because half of you probably won't remember it. But I don't know if I've told the story about the, was it the 14th of July? It was either Bastille Day or it was like Le 14 Juillet, the day before, 2014? No. 12. 13? 2013. No. 20... I don't know when it was. It was either 2012, 2013. It definitely wasn't 2014. Anyway, we went to a park in Paris called Butte Chaumont with my mate Chris, who was in from London, Adam Crosby, and my wife, and the four of us. No, I think initially it was just me, Chris, and my wife. We were in this park called Les Buttes Chaumont. There's a bar called Rosa Bonheur, and we got a bottle of rosé. Maybe 2 p.m. we started. Bottle of rosé. Then we had a second one. I think we might have had a third one. Adam showed up. We probably had another one. There was a lot of drinking. We went from Rosa Bonheur. Then we went to a comedy show. I was doing a comedy show at a tiny theatre, like 50 seats. It wasn't my full show. It was before I had my full show. So it would have been 2013, I think, because I started doing comedy in 2013. So yeah, it would have been 2013. And we went there, had some more drinks. Then we went to another place afterwards. We went to like 5 different places, basically. And we finished at about 4 a.m. I had stopped drinking earlier on in the evening because I was driving back. So I think I stopped like at 11 or something like that. Anyway, 4 a.m. I'm driving home. My wife is in the back seat. We had a Ford car, tiny little car. Wife's in the back. My mate Chris is in the seat next to me. Adam's gone home. Chris was staying at our house. And we're driving home. And we're almost home. I'd say we're like, I don't know, like 2 kilometers from the house. And my wife's like, stop, pull over. I need to vomit. So I stop. I pull over. We don't have, there's not 4 doors in the car. There's only 2 doors. So I have to get out of the car to get my wife to get out of the car. She doesn't vomit. She gets back in the car. We get back in the car. We start driving. Now we're like a kilometer away from the house. My wife is like, stop, I'm really going to vomit. I'm like, come on, we're only a kilometer away from the house. Before I finish that sentence, bleh, she just throws up all over, all over the seat, the gearbox, everything. The fact that she throws up makes my mate Chris throw up outside of his window. So my wife's gone, bleh. I'm like, oh no, my mate Chris has just gone bleh, outside the window. The car's full of vomit. Everyone's full of vomit. Eventually we drive home, park the car. We get into the flat, open the door, we walk in, and literally my cat Bully, the fat one, he just goes, bleh, and just throws up on the floor. I don't know why, whether it is probably because we smelt so much of sick. This is like 4 or 5 in the morning that we get home. I have a flight at 10 a.m. to San Francisco, a 12-hour flight to go on a 3-week work trip at Apple. Oh man, that flight was horrific. I woke up, I was supposed to wake up at like 7 to get to the airport for 8, which is 2 hours, and it was just it, and I missed my alarm, so I just threw everything in my luggage. Total nightmare. So that's what happens when Adam Crosby gets involved. There's a couple of other times when that's happened, but yeah, Adam Crosby. It's basically either my mate Chris or my mate Adam. They're both the ones that are the troublemakers. Carlos Camejo. 10 years from now, this show, it will be like Joe Rogan, but far better and not exclusively about either MMA, aliens, or marijuana. It's true that a lot of it's either that or comedy as well, because he has a lot of comedians on the show, on his podcast. It's like, he's like, if you don't know who Joe Rogan is, it's basically the biggest podcast in the world. It's the most listened to show ever, all the time. And he interviews a bunch of people, some really interesting people like Elon Musk, Bernie Sanders, and some people that just comedians who I like. So I that's how I found out about his podcast, is because I was listening to interviews of him with some of my favorite comedians. So yeah, we'll see. Hey, if this lasts for 10 years, then the amount of money invested in the microphones, the cameras and stuff will have all been worth it. We'll see what happens. Joe, my mum is next to me and I'm translating a little bit. Adam alcolico vomitare nella... I don't know what a car is. That was my shit attempt at trying to speak Italian. Oh, God. Gio said, I told you you're not a ginger in real life. I'm not a ginger in real life. No one needs to explain that. I'm not fucking ginger. Oh. So anyway. Oh, I said I was going to open another beer. Olivia Chung. This is a good beer. The reason it's taken me a while to finish is because it's a bigger one than normal. A light, fluffy pale ale brewed with London Fog yeast. London Fog yeast. Extra pale malt, wheat, and two of our favourite hops varieties, Galaxy and Citra. Ooh, for flavours of pineapple, passion fruit, and bergamot. Citra. I was going to say, Citra was the hop that was used in my beer called Origin. No. La Franglaise, because that had that was an Earl Grey IPA. Olivia Chung. Olivia Chung was very kind enough to give me some beers from her local place, which is I don't know what the name of the brewery is, but Wimbledon. SW19 is the postcode of Wimbledon, I think. Southwest. If you ever go to London and you wonder how the postcodes are, it basically is telling you the geographical location. So I used to live in E3, which is east for E, and SW is southwest. W is west, even though most of west is in central. And you've got N. I think you've got NW. I think you got NE though, do you? Is there SE? Yeah, SE. My dad used to live in SE, I think. SW19. Where is this from? The Wimbledon Brewery Company, 8 College Fields, Prince George's Road, Wimbledon, London. It would have been it would have been funny if they weren't actually based in Wimbledon. So cheers. Cheers, Olivia. Thanks very much for the beer. The other one's in the fridge. Russell, your other beer's in the fridge. Ooh! That's exciting. Brewed with English and New Zealand hops. For an all-round refreshing experience, this beautifully balanced blonde ale is light in straw colour. Is light straw in colour. Has subtle citrus and zesty notes with hints of malt. They do talk a lot of bollocks, don't they? Beer companies. They try and make it like wine. Even wine wankers are a bit over the top. We embauche deuxième nez. Fucking red wine. Calm it down. Jenny Richards. Just spending a horrendous amount of money sorting out the brakes on my Harley Fat Boy, the same bike Arnie rode in Terminator 2. Next Wednesday, I'm going for a long ride. Jenny Richards, didn't know you were a biker. I don't know what that is. Harley Fat Boy. I fucking love the name of it. Harley Fat Boy. Here we go. There's a Harley Fat Boy. Images. Terminator 2. I haven't watched that film in ages, so I can't remember what that's like. Come on, the internet. Let's go. Oh, how is it so slow? There we go. Harley Fat Boy. Yes. Now, the only reason I dislike those kind of bikes is because I live in Paris and they make a fuck ton of noise and it drives me nuts. I've become an old man because I live in a city, so it's just like, guys, come on, shut up. Tone it down, will ya? It's the same with these bastards that are driving like, not Ferraris, but like shit cars that have got exhaust pipes like, guys, shut up. You're in a city. Calm down. How fast are you going from red light to a 50-meter red light again? Losers. But apart from that, if you don't live in a city, then love it. Fun fact, Sarah Higginbottom. I live 5 minutes walk from the Wimbledon Brewery. It's not in Wimbledon, but it just said it was in Wimbledon. What are you talking about? Now we've got to look it up. Google it. Wimbledon. Wimbledon Brewery. Right, here we go. Wimbledon Brewery Company. Zoom out a little bit. Collier's Wood. Don't even know if that's how you fucking pronounce it. Collier. Oh my god, the internet is so terrible. Let's take the Wi-Fi off. Mitcham. Where is Wimbledon? It's somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of in Wimbledon, isn't it? Wimbledon's there. I mean, technically, if you go up. I mean, SW19. Yeah, all right. It's like the I don't know what it's like. I was gonna thought I was gonna try something else. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's Maxime Boutet. Glad to be able to barely listen while working hard. Have a cold one on me. I am, my friend. Oh, Maxime Boutet. Hey, get me the Rolly subtitles. Jesus Christ. Maxime fell off the train a little bit there with the subtitles. Rolly's episode, which was the final episode of the season, was what? The 12th of July. So it's now taken him more than a month to do the subtitles. Oh! It's all right, it's the summer. It's all right, it's the summer. But he did say, Maxime Boutet, that he was back for the autumn. So the subtitles will be... we need to chat, Max. We should chat about the subtitles. But I'm happy that you're around for the subtitles until the end of the year. That's fucking cool. What else is going on? They'll be testing new noise radars in Paris. Yeah, I heard about this. We're talking about bikes being too loud in Paris. There's like a decibel meter where... It's going to be the same shit, though. Anything that's any control... No one's going to be giving out... For 1 week, they'll work. And for 1 week, the people will get fined. And then afterwards, they won't. No one will care. It's like everything in Paris, right? The bus lanes. Oh, you can't drive down the bus lanes. No, you can't. But no one's checking. They check once every 10 years if you're driving in the bus lane or not. So it's one of those things where, yeah, there's a law and there's a thing, but it's never, no one's controlling it. No one's verifying anything. So, yeah. Maxime was on vacation, then Maxime got separated, and there's thousands of things taken care of. No helper either for now. What do you mean you... Oh no, Max, separated what? With your wife, girlfriend? What? Oh shit. Oh, well, let's not get into... We'll chat, Max. We'll send some... Fair enough. Is it because you were doing my subtitles? Is that what? And you were too busy doing that? I hope it isn't. I hope I didn't contribute to the separation of... I mean, you might have got separate... I mean, yeah, I guess separated means separated. Jesus Christ. Raquel Regal. it was a surprise episode. That's why. I agree. We had not planned See, this is why I've also got to take other considerations into me doing lives, and I need to announce things, because I was like, we can't just end the Happy Hour Live season without a final episode, because when I did the episode with Esther, I was expecting to do the next one from the villa when we were doing the wine comedy tour, the wine wanker comedy tour, the wine comedy wanker tour, the comedy wankers on a wine tour. But the internet was shit, so I was like, let's do it the week after. Should have just quit. I agree. Should have just finished it. All right, Max. I rest assured it's all fine. The couple was not really one anymore. We're still happy. Just part of life, you know. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I know. What I do know is that I love your hair and your daughter's hair in your thumbnail. I don't know if that's the real color or if it's like a Photoshop, but it's amazing. So yeah, that was the other thing. Subtitles. I need to. I don't know if I don't know if any of you run a business that are watching right now. Maybe you are, maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you, I presume if you, I mean, yeah. Anyway, my question, it's not a question. It's just like I need to hire somebody to edit my videos, because, as you might have noticed or not noticed, my YouTube channel, the main one, I haven't had any clips from Happy Hour Live since the episode before my mum, which was Jay Swanson. So I've got 7 episodes of Happy Hour Live that I have not released clips for, just because I haven't had the time or the motivation to edit, you know, the language bit or whatever, to post that on the main channel. So I've got 7 episodes where I've done fuck all, and I've got to do like 2 other videos as well, sponsored, one by Rosetta Stone, one by NordVPN, where I've got to do videos for that, and I'm not doing the videos because I know I have to go and edit them afterwards, and I can't be asked. So I need to hire somebody, and the thing is like, it's always a risk where you're like, oh God, I'm going to be paying X amount of money per month for somebody to do this, and is it going to be worth it? Is that money going to come back through the fact that I'll be posting more content that's monetized on YouTube and blah, 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 more ticket sales for the shows, all that kind of stuff. It's just one of those things when you run a business, you're just like, you want to hire somebody, but you don't know if it's gonna happen. Jenny Richards, how's the lovely May doing? Mother Mary, how are you? She should be watching now. I don't know if she's been on the chat, but Mum, if you're on the chat, say hi to everyone. She last time I spoke to her, which was last week. No, like a few days ago. She was doing good. Mother Mary, how are you? Fucking bastards! I fucking hate you! I sent her the link to the Patreon only, so she should be on. Russell Bowles, can you use a freelancer for video editing? Yes, I could, but the problem is, well, it's not really a problem, is that they cost a lot of money. Because I did work with somebody, I need to get back in touch with him to see what he's up to, but Florian, who helped me edit videos and film some stuff back in 2019. Some of the vlogs that I did, he filmed, like, because it's difficult to film with a camera in front of you. So he would film some of the behind the scenes stuff for my show. He edited them, but it just ended up like he also left the country. He went to Montreal. I think he's still in Montreal. I need to get in touch with him to see what's going on. But that was very cool to have somebody to do that. It cost a lot of money. It cost like 10 times more per video than I was getting in return, if that makes sense, in terms of like ad revenue and that kind of stuff. So freelance definitely costs more money than like having a full-time employee, so to speak. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Oh, there she is. Mother Mary. Thanks, doing great. Hope you're all good. May Taylor. Loving it. He's loving it. I have to get my mum over for that week as well. Mum, you got to come over for the for the big week that might not happen. The week in October, just after my birthday. You know, when I'm doing the Grand Rex and all that kind of stuff. The Happy Hour live. No, that's the week before. Innit? Is it the week before? It is the week before. And then I'm in Lille afterwards. Yes, so it'd have to be like the 18th or something. I don't know. Mum, we'll get you over. We will get you over in Paris for those lives. There you go. Hi, May. Abdel Malek, try someone who takes beers to edit videos. Hey, do you want to edit my videos? I will give you free beers in return. Yeah. Russell Bowes, when is the live? The 11th of October, which is my birthday. Hey, shawty, it's your birthday. The 11th of October, Monday, 8 p.m. I don't know where. I don't know how. But that is the plan. I will be doing a live. So my Happy Hour live from a location that is undetermined, but with a live audience. Not here. I mean, I could maybe fit 10 people in this studio without it getting ridiculous. And the problem is, there's no room past this, the camera, behind the camera. Ideally, I would sit 50 people behind the camera. Maybe if I get one day, when I get a bigger studio, you know, if I keep doing this for 10 years, eventually I'll be in my own studio. I will make sure that there is plenty of room behind so that I can have a live audience every week in the studio. It's just here there's a window, and then it doesn't. If you've not seen the studio, I mean, most of you have, but I'll refresh your memories. That is the hold on, where am I? There we go. That is what I'm looking at now. So basically, there's a window behind there, and there's a bit here, like my head. If I stand up, I don't even know. My head hits the ceiling, like there. So there's no room. There's a couple of chairs hanging out over there, a couple of boxes and stuff. So I could fit some people in here and kind of around there, and then in this corner here where the fridge is, I could probably fit a couple of people in there. I could put some people on the sofa. The problem is, they'd be in the background and their heads would be sticking out, and it would be a bit weird. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So, you know, that's what we need to do. So the 11th of October, live, Eurostar tickets are booked. Great. If you're staying for a week, then, you know, you've got the live on October the 11th, and then my show, So British or Presque, at the fucking, what's it called? Le Grand Rex, the biggest cinema in Europe. 2,800 seats. Is happening on the 19th and 20th of October. So it should all be... And then on the 18th, I've got to do another live. So the 11th will be the live. The 18th will be another live. I don't know who's going to... I think Rolly's supposed to be there. Nah, I don't think he'll be there for the live. Will he? I don't know. He hasn't booked his tickets yet. He's still trying to figure that out. But yeah, I've got to figure out who... I just have to figure out who I'm inviting for the next month at least. September the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. No idea. No idea who I'm inviting. I haven't asked anyone yet. That's the other thing that I want to do. Fuck me. I wanted to edit like a trailer of season 1, but season 3 of Happy Hour Live. Of like, I don't know, like a video. I'm like, hey, welcome to Paul Taylor's Happy Hour Live. It's a fucking live podcast where we laugh a lot. Have a couple of clips of me laughing with different guests. Sometimes we sing songs. A couple of different people singing songs. The music people that we've had. Sometimes I have sports people on. Have like the football thing that I did. The parachuting guys, Greg and Karine. Sometimes I have YouTubers on. The YouTubers that I've spoken to. Sometimes whatever. Like I feel like I need to do like just a 1 minute trailer of being like with some fucking music like this summer with all the different things and being like season 4 September 6th 8 p.m. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. Do you know what I mean? I need to edit that as well. Oh, I have no time or will. Kristen Kim's in the house. Kristen Kim. The live better be on Paul's birthday because I'm flying 5,000 miles for it. Shit. Now the pressure's on. Okay, well, it's happening. I just need to find a place to do it. And I need to get my ass in gear to find a place and tell them. Do you have a college near you where you can get a student to do some video editing for you, give them experience working with real life material? Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've been toying with the idea of, you know, giving a young person, you know, some experience of being like, hey, like, come and edit for me and see how it goes, basically. The problem is, like, I want to pay somebody, but I don't want to have the thing of being like, oh, you're a student, I'm going to pay you fuck all. I don't know. It's just, I need to figure it out. Chris and Kim, I applied for my pass sanitaire. That's great. I don't know how that works. I guess you transform. No, I guess you convert your US certificate of vaccination into a QR code that works in France. I know in France, you can do that from the UK. Apparently, if you scan your NHS QR code into the French app, Tous Anti-Covid, what a stupid name for an app. Then it works. Turn the desk around, use a green screen to project a picture of the blue wall. Oh, I see what you mean. Like have a green screen. Yeah, green screens are good, but it's just like, you know, if it's like, oh, I'm going to let me go get my guitar. It doesn't work, does it? Cal Dash video with the best moments. Yes, exactly. Anne Austin, and then the technical Taylor explosion to finish at the end of the. Oh, that's a good idea, Anne. I could do, like, if I'm doing the trailer and I'm like, oh, Happy Hour Live, this is what it's about. Sometimes we laugh, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes there's music, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes we do sports, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes there's technical issues, and I'll find a moment in the fucking 27 lives that I did with guests where it's just like, huh, and then we'll have the explosion at the end. Oh, that's a good one. Abdel Malek. I think Leo Messi asked to be on your live show. Is that true? It totally is. I got a text message from him because I've got Leo Messi's phone number, and he was like, "Hey Paul, I'm leaving Barcelona to come to Paris. Mate, can I get on your Happy Hour Live to announce, you know, the fact that I'm coming to PSG and leaving Barcelona after 25 years of career there? Do you think I can announce it on your show, Paul?" And I was like, "Mate, I'm really sorry, but I'm in Portugal. So unfortunately, you know, there's no way, I can't just fly back for you. I mean, you know, I would love to, Leo, but, you know, it's not going to be possible." So unfortunately, you know, they had to announce it on PSG's official account that Leo Messi was leaving Barcelona Football Club to come to Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it didn't happen this time, but... wouldn't that be amazing? I don't even know what we would talk about. I'd have nothing to talk to him about. I say that, I interviewed 3 girls from Dijon Football Club, and we had loads of shit to talk about. So, yeah, Leo Messi would be fun to talk to about. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that this will do for the Happy Hour Live. August, Patreon only, open to everyone on Patreon. And we got 38 people. That's pretty fucking good. Because normally part 2 of Happy Hour Live, there's 70, 80 people or whatever. So this has been intimate. This has been fun. Those of you who are on the 3 Pint crew, we're doing a Zoom chat party thing straight after this. I have not sent you the link. I will send it when I hit stop recording on here. And let's chat on Zoom. I've got nothing prepared as usual because I never have any fucking time. So we'll see how it goes. Zoom party, where I can actually see your faces instead of just seeing your comments. So let's do the Zoom in a couple of minutes. Those of you who are not on the 3 Pint crew, the 1 Pint crew, the half pint crew, thank you so much for supporting this channel, for supporting me as a comedian, as an artist, as a whatever you want to call me, as a fucking dickhead through this last couple of years. And I cannot wait to start up again with the Happy Hour Lives next month and just keep making them even better and better and better as we go along. So thank you for being here, Patreon. Appreciate you. And I will see you in, when is it? In 1, 2, 3 weeks for the very... Oh, no, I'll see you on Monday. Monday. Fuck me. Monday, Happy Hour Live, special edition with Mr. Rolly Asal, which you can check, obviously, on YouTube, on this channel, as always. But also... since you're the crew, the Patreon crew, do me a favor, when we're doing the live, check out Facebook and Twitch, and just let me know what the experience is like for you as a viewer on those different platforms. And, I don't know, comment on maybe I don't know how you would let me know. In the messages on Patreon. That's going to be the best way of doing it. So Monday... which is 1, 2, 3, it's 4 days away. Mr. Rolly Asal will be in the studio for a very special Happy Hour Live, pre-season live. I'll call it the pre-season. We were talking about football. They do pre-season training. I'm going to be doing some pre-season training with Rolly Asal. That sounds sexual, like we're going to be having sex. Oh, I'm doing some pre-season training with Rolly Asal. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday. And we'll see how it goes. I'm not announcing it. That's the other thing. Monday's live. I might do a quick thing on Instagram, but I'm not going to announce it with a thumbnail like I do every week with all the guests. I'm just going to go live. See what happens. Oh, God. Right. 3 Pint crew. I'll see you in a couple of minutes on Zoom. I'll send a link out. And the rest of you, I'll see you on Monday. Happy Hour Live with Mr. Rolly Asal live in the studio. Zubai.
Thanks for watching Paul Taylor's Happy Hour Live. See you dickheads soon for another episode.